Do you want an opening that defeats d4? An aggressive chess opening that not a lot of players really know about it? It is Benko Gambit. This opening, if white plays d4, you play knight f6, he will play c4, now you play c5. And in order to play Benko, he have to play d5 here. And now you play b5. Like now, right now it is Benko Gambit. There's a lot of moves for white here. Like, let's see first if he takes the pawn. Now you play a6, giving him a free pawn. Like you already give a free pawn here, and now you want to play bishop a6 from here. Here we have 2 moves or 3 moves. First, if he takes the pawn, and when you take with bishop, right now you are doing a lot of pressure on white. Like right now he can't play e4 because you will take his bishop and he will take with king and he will not castle. So you are doing a lot of pressure on white right now with bishop a6. So he will play, for example, knight c3, and you will play g6. Use your bishop, the other bishop from here now. This opening, the whole game you are attacking his queen side. Like you give a free pawn, but you are attacking the whole game in the queen side. And if white really didn't play right versus this opening, you will dominate him. So he play knight f3, you play d6. Okay, he will also play similar, and he try to castle. You will play bishop g7. You will play bishop g2. Before castling, like it, you can play knight d7 or castle here. But knight d7 is better before castling. The idea is to be faster in playing knight b6 and playing knight c4. You are trying to put your knight to c4 to attack his queen side as fast as you can. Also to put pressure on the d pawn here. Like he is defending it with knight and queen. When you put your knight here, he is forced to keep his queen defending this pawn. Or he will play, for example, e4. And when he play e4 is very bad for white. So now, for example, he castle. Like we show the right moves first. Also, there's another move, rook b1. Now you play knight b6, putting pressure on d5. Like he wants to play queen c2. When you play the knight now before castling, he can't play queen c2. He can play, for example, a move like rook e1 to remove himself from this pin if he wants to play a move like this. But e4 in general for white is not really the best because he will let you put your knight or bishop on d3. Like you can play knight d7 and knight e5 and then knight d3 if he didn't take the knight. And like all of this if he played the pawn to e4 in the future. If he played, for example, rook e1 and you castled, he still wanted to play e4. Now you play knight c4, putting pressure on his queen side. If he play b3, b3 is a blunder, or it is a blunder for white, because you will let this knight and you play knight g4, attacking his knight with your bishop. Like sometimes with white, they can forget you have a black bishop. It really happens a lot in Benko opening. They can forget the bishop at all. Like they can take this and you take his knight and now you take the extra rook. So, but best move here is to play bishop d2. You will take his bishop, he take with queen, and you can see how strong this bishop is on this knight and how strong also this bishop. And next you can play knight e5 also, or queen a5 attacking the knight. Like queen e5 is best move now. So attack the knight with bishop and queen. And you next move also play rook b8, and you are dominating white because he played b3 late. It should be in the right time. Like if he wants to play b3, it have to be in the right time. If his queen, for example, is here, like maybe if he play queen c2 now, you can do the idea of knight d7 and knight e5. If he play b3 now, still a blunder. Because you will play queen a5, you're leaving the knight at all. You are attacking his knight now with queen and bishop. If he defended like this, you take the, also that's another blunder, you take it. If he take with queen, you take the knight and you can see what happened now. Also he can't go with his queen in this diagonal because of this bishop. If you go here, you can take the rook, or you can play even rook b8. You are not in a hurry, like you will take his rook anyway. But that's if he did a blunder and played b3 right now. So it is another blunder. His best move maybe play rook b1. You play queen a5 before, like right now when you play queen a5, he can't play b3 because he will take his knight. He may play a move like bishop d2, threatening to move his knight and attacking your queen. You don't care about that. You play rook b8 and you are attacking with both of your rooks and knight and two bishops and queen on his queen side. And any small mistake or small blunder and black will destroy white. He played this again. It's the same one as I showed you, and he take with queen and you take this knight. So he can't play b3. If he play, for example, like I want to show you from white perspective how black is destroying white here with this Benko Gambit. Like it is very aggressive and very strong opening, really. I used to play it a lot in Blitz, and when I studied it, it's very strong and a lot of grandmasters play it. And some of even grandmasters don't know all the moves, and they can be in the same trouble with white. Like what can you play here with white? Like for example, he's attacking this pawn, he's attacking this bishop, he's threatening to play his knight here. Play for example bishop f1 attacking this knight. Like I don't know, he will take this, he will take with knight. You can take the bishop, you will take with king. Like it will end that you will take the pawn again. But black is better now. A little bit, like slightly better. You can, like this bishop is very strong, you never trade it. But if you will take an advantage or you will take extra pawn, it is okay to exchange it. And if you take with queen, it will be a blunder or a weak move, because you will take you will play queen b5 check. If you move this king to g1, you will take this, and again right now there's slight advantage for black because he take with queen. You have to take with pawn. You take this rook, he will take, and you can take a2, and if you take, right now there's slight, like it is equal, and black a little bit, like it is in favor of black, like because you are attacking right now and you're having the 7th rank. But that if he played the best moves, really, like I was saying, for example, bishop f1, like I didn't even see the move. I was saying, for example, bishop f1 here. I'm trying to see any move that white can play here. Like really white in, like if you play a3, he will play knight e5 now. Let's say you take it. You take with bishop, but you want to do f4. Like I'm trying to see from white perspective. In blitz or in normal, they can play a move like this. It is a blunder, but let's see this blunder if they play f4 in this situation. You will take this, taking his rook. You have to take the knight. Wait, you take this. You're sacrificing rook, taking his queen and this rook. If he takes with queen, it turned to be like the same, like similar to the trap I showed you the previous one. Similar to it a little bit, but now black is better again. You play a move like this. Another blunder, you take this extra piece. So you have to go to c1, and when you take this, you take... Wait, no, that's not the best for black. Taking the rook is not best, by the way. Like, best is bishop d3. You're still attacking him. Attacking this rook right now. He can't go to a1 because of this bishop. Let's say he went here. Bishop d2. Wow. Like white really having a rough game. Really a rough game. All of this because if someone plays versus Benko with white, you have to know right moves with white. If you don't know the right moves, you will be destroyed. In simple move, like, but and it is a lot of players really can do this blunders. Simple move and sacrifice a rook. In any time, sacrifice a rook and take this, attack this, and attack this. It is very strong, but you have to practice Benko every time. To see from white perspective, also from black perspective, what you have to do. So I was checking about a3 here, and we saw b3 is a blunder. I don't see anything else, like c1, rook c1, you take the bishop, you take with knight, Now you play knight e5, and next move you want to play your bishop here, or you play the knight here. Like what he can do about this spot, maybe bishop f1, you take the bishop, he take with king, or he take with rook. He have to take with rook, because if he take with king, is a blunder, because queen a6 check, and when he moves his king, you play knight d3, dominate him, attacking the rook, attacking this. If he move the rook, maybe to f1 or to d1, attack his queen, attack this pawn, attack this knight, attack this. It is also a fun opening, like it is not only strong for black, it is fun opening. Like most of the aggressive, when you give a free pawn, like Danish opening or this, is fun to play. And in blitz, they will do a lot of blunders with white. But you have to play d5 here. If you play d5, you play b5 with black. So there was another variation I didn't show. When you play the pawn on a6, the other variation, he may play b6, denying the attack here. Like he don't want to give you strong attack. He deny it, returning the pawn that he take. That's denying it, returning the pawn. A variation. You can you have two moves. You can play e6. A variation. There's a variation queen b6. It is similar, the same attack you have done. You play knight c3, and you play d6. Same moves. e4. You play d6 to prevent e5. He play knight f3, bishop g7, but now he can use his bishop here because your bishop is not in a6, so he can play bishop e2 or bishop d3. And you play knight d7, he castle, and you castle. Some ideas, he may play rook b1 to put his rook in the same line with the queen. Some ideas, play knight g4, play knight e5, and put your knight in a strong position. That's if he deny it, and it will go the same line. Like if he will go the same line, that you have to put both of your rooks in this file to try to take put your knight here, or knight to b6 and knight c4, and attacking his queen side, try to push this pawn. It is the same idea. That if he deny it, but it will not happen a lot. Like most of the players will take a6, like it is an extra pawn, and if white really knows how to play versus a Benko, like you have extra pawn, you have a strong attack, but if he played every single move right, it can turn to a draw, or white can win. But if he played the best move, also for advanced level or something, you're not in a hurry to take this pawn. Like you can play g6 first or d6 first. Like you are not in a hurry to take this. Like you will take this pawn in any way, but when you take it right now, you are putting pressure on him. There is another variation, also playable. He can play knight c3, and when you play g6, he can play e4. That's another variation for white. He wants to exchange a bishop. He don't want to castle. He will take with king. The idea of white after this exchange. Like he didn't castle, but he will play g3 and he will put his king to g2. Okay, now you play d6. He plays g3. You play bishop g7, king g2. You castle, or you play queen b6. Let's say castle. You play knight f3. You can play knight d7. He play a4 or queen c2 and queen b6. That's another variation. But that's if white really knows what he is doing. Like I'm showing the best moves in both sides. I'm sure that who is playing white really don't know the best moves every time. Like he will do one blunder or another, because Benko, like there's not really a lot of players play Benko. It happens in the grandmaster level. Grandmasters play Benko sometimes, but like for example, until 1800, I think not everyone knows the Benko. Like over 1800 maybe, or over 2000, who knows the Gambit completely right over 2000. I want to see if I covered everything. If you have any questions, you can type in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it. Two openings before, if you want to watch them. Sicilian Dragon and Royal Lopez. You can check them if you want. And thank you for watching.